Hello there, Ray here. We have a brand new pre-release. This is 1.20 pre-release 6, which changes predeterministic randomness and also fixes a few bugs. Leave a like if you enjoy learning new things, and let's get started. If you would go into your control settings and then change sneak so it's toggleable, once you crouch, you're going to stay crouched. And if you would die while crouching like this, once you respawn, it appears that your player is not crouching, at least to other players, but you are actually still crouched. So you can see when you walk around, you walk really slowly, and you can't actually fall off ledges. Even when you jump, it looks like you're jumping normally, but really you're just crouched. This also means your name tag, which is normally a bit faded while you're crouching, goes up as completely easy for people to see. Now this is a bug that's been in the game since 1.17, but is fixed in this version. This reminds me of the opposite of an old bug where you could actually crouch while going into another portal, and when you came out of another portal, it would show that your character is crouched to other players, but you could actually run around normal speed. Now that bug was fixed a long time ago, but you could do a similar thing just by giving yourself Swift Sneak 3 on these leggings here. And now even though I'm crouched, you can walk normal speed, but for other players it just looks like that you are just walking normally. So not quite the same thing. Being in this glitch crouch mode was also causing skulk sensors to notice a player, which has been fixed, so now they'll understand that they're crouching. Recently, they've been fixing a couple bugs related to Ender Dragon, like we've seen the bug where you could just place on Ender Crystal and skip the dragon fight, but then that caused some problems with having the dragon be spawned in if you happen to leave the world. And another bug was also came up and they fixed today, which is related to killing the Ender Dragon. So if you kill your very first dragon in your world, everything seems normal, but then if you come in to respawn it with Ender Crystals like so, and then before killing the second dragon, if you would actually leave the world and then rejoin it, and then when this dragon was killed, it wouldn't actually produce a new gateway portal. Notice that we got the first gateway portal over here, but if we go around the entire island, it wouldn't actually produce any more gateway portals, which is kind of the reason why you kill the dragon nowadays, other than to get a few more XPs. This was clearly a bug and a pretty important one, so it's really good that they've been fixing these bugs related to the Ender Dragon, because that is a big part of Minecraft. So with the fix, they should continue to produce gateway portals for everyone you kill, no matter if you happen to leave the world in between. With such big problematic bugs potentially still in the game, do you think they'll come out with 1.20 in like a week or more than 2 weeks? What do you guys think? They also resolved this bug where iron golems were actually spawning on glass, which wasn't the case, at least since they changed out how villagers produce iron golems way back in 1.14. It not only affected them spawning on glass, but also on leaves and things that were transparent. This bug was only in the snapshots here and is now resolved. A bug that I reported also got fixed, which had to do with this new smithing, where you had to get a bunch of different types of smithing templates and apply them to your armor. The actual border of this type of advancement was the same kind of basic common border that we've seen with other advancements. Despite it being a very difficult advancement to get, where the very difficult ones have these special borders, we can see it's kind of wavy, and the text themselves is also different, being purple instead of green. So they went ahead and applied this to the smithing with style advancement, where it has the wavy outline and also has the purple text, which lets people know that it is a pretty difficult one to get. They also came in and did some changes for loot table random sequences, so that the ID of the random sequence is now an optional field. If no sequence name is given, loot is drawn using a non-deterministic random source. Now Tiz Awesome explained this to me, meaning that by default, Minecraft will already add in this ID, so that any normal world that you play in will have deterministic random source of loot. Like you have 2 worlds and you barter with piglins, each new world you barter with them, you'll get the same loot in the same order. But this doesn't affect normal worlds. What this affects is people who want to have custom worlds. They can go in there and remove this ID so that you can play a world that actually does have random loot, which is not deterministic, which is especially great for map makers who maybe will have a lot of people playing in their worlds and they don't want people to get the same type of loot every single time. So this won't affect normal worlds, and it won't affect where you could use something like the breaking of grass to get a seed to actually determine what's a chance of you getting a melon slice on your first melon break. Although more recently they have been trying to fix this bug related to being able to determine what one thing will drop based off of something else in the game dropping. So it's definitely possible that this trick will be removed maybe before the full release. What do you think? Do you think they should allow it so that knowing if something drops from one item, you have a better understanding at how something will drop from something else? Or do you think this will just be too confusing and ruins the aspect of the game where stuff feels somewhat random? In other technical changes for pre-release 6, you can no longer use Minecraft Air in data pack recipes, and ingredients and recipes now allow smithing trim as well as smithing transform, which allows for empty slots in GUIs when using stuff like smithing templates. They also continue to fix smith spells with inside of Minecraft. Now start building these new 1.20 farms with this playlist here, or YouTube thinks you'll like this video. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the bell notification turned on, because only then will you get access to my community page where I post new polls asking your guys' opinions on the recent 1.20 things. Thanks everyone who took part in those, and I'll see you next one. Bye bye!